Hey, what's up guys? This is Brown Dust 2 July 20th update. We have some things to go over today, at least more detailed information, so let's get started. So the very first thing we're getting is the home screen decoration function. They talked about it before. Now we can see it more in action, so as you see, they have different background here and you will have arrows to change between the backgrounds. They even add a little bit more information as to what you can display. So you can display three things. You can display story animation of the character, cutscene of the skill, or the costume illustration. So the story animation are basically the specific small like entries or like cutscenes, I guess, in the story. So one of them would be Justia, for example, when she takes off the hood, right, and she bites Laffel. Another one is, for example, Shera in main story 2, when she appears for the first time, right? You have the camera shot from the bottom up. So those would be the story effects. Now the other things like cutscene for skills, that one is obvious. If a unit has a cutscene of the skill, you can use that to display here as well. And any character that will get cutscene later down the line, obviously you will also get the option to use it as decoration. So with more and more characters getting their cutscenes, you will have some more options to display as well. And then costume illustration is just basic illustration of the character, so well, it's just the default looks of them. I'm not sure if those costume illustrations are static or are they not static, like with a little bit of animation. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they are animated in game. So I'm assuming even if you use the costume illustration, they will at least look exactly the same as on character screen, right? So they like move a little bit as they like breathe and stuff. So that would be my expectation. Okay, so that's that for the lobby decoration. You can set up to 5 things, and I'm not sure if they will change between each or you have to change manually yourself, but yeah, those are nice additional things we can set. Now, the second thing we're getting is the save and load companion formation. So we already have this function for in battle, but we do not have that function for outside of combat. Sometimes it will have a team that you need to, like, you know, just move around, and you don't want to like force yourself to go into fight to then swap characters to then go back into here. So yeah, I think it's definitely something that should have been in the game, 100%. So that's nice they're adding it. The next thing is the new pickup event. So we're getting the B rank idol Seer. We're also getting her weapon. And they do display, I don't think they did it for the last banners. I'm not sure if their picture didn't load or what's up, but I did not see the picture of the skill description last time, which makes sense now why they had this additional information about the character. So stuff like the above information was written based on stats at the time of initial acquisition. Last time there was no picture for skill, and I think they were supposed to show maxed out, so at +5. So now they changed it to being at +0, and the picture itself is being displayed properly, which is good. I think it makes more sense to display at +0 than at +5, because most people will just, you know, they will probably have limited pools, and most likely they'll only be able to get 1 copy of the character. So I think it makes way more sense to display at base how they perform and if they're worth pulling in comparison to roster you already have. I think they could do something like display at basic and then show at maximum as well, to see like how much the character can grow, or like how much better they can be than the base form. So you know, that's something, that's some idea. Up to them, obviously, what they're gonna do, but the base form definitely works. As I said, the weapon is here. It's also nice they include now what the weapon can get. So as you see, crit rate is fixed on the weapon, and then randomly you will get one of 3 options, which is the HP percent, HP flat, and then crit rate percent. So that's nice. Actually, I don't know if that's a weapon. I don't think that's a weapon. I think that's a gear piece, actually. But whatever. Doesn't matter. Next thing. They are extending the period time for the B rank idol Elenir and Helena by 1 more week. So normally the banners would go away on July 20th, but because of the changes to the drawing system, they are extending both banners by 1 more week. So July 27th will be the last day. They are not extending their weapons, however, so weapons will go away on 20th, and I think the same happens with the missions. So those missions that give you extra pools, and at the very end the ancient crystals, if you +5, those missions I'm pretty sure will go away on 20th as well. So yeah, I would just keep that in mind. Other than that, you also get the free draws, obviously, for that extended week too. So yeah, that's about it. Here they just show the missions, but this is standard. You get 10 pools for each dupe until the +5 dupe. That one gives you ancient crystals. This is exactly the same as any other rate up character we've had so far. So everything stays the same. Now, next thing are the packages. I don't really care about them. You can glance over them yourself. Don't care about them at all. I'm not spending on the game, so doesn't matter. Package and shop changes. So here they're talking about the monthly packages. They are doing some changes to it. I don't really care about those. And then Powder of Hope shop is getting updated. So as they stated before, Justia, Shera, Elenir, and Helena, all 4 are going away. And now we'll have the B rank idol Elenir, B rank idol Helena, and then Eclipse and Row base costumes. So those will be the new characters. They also mentioned the fact that every rate up banner that finishes will get those characters in the shop after the banner goes away. So in this case, normally on 20th, Elenir and Helena would go away, and they would be added to the shop at the same time, so you can buy them if you know, couldn't get the pity, but you've got enough powder. You can grab your dupe there. Here, it's a little exception because the banners are getting extended by 1 more week, so the Powder of Hope shop still will be working exactly the way it's supposed to. So on July 20th, both Elenir and Helena will be in shop, but the banners will go on for 1 more week. So this is just an exception because of the banner extension. But normally, again, after they go away, you'll get them in Powder of Hope shop. Next thing are system improvements. So they talked about reducing, or I guess changing the steel talent skill, or life skill as I call them. So they changing the success rate to 100%, which is great because I am getting very annoyed by constantly missing my 85% chance to steal. It's just unnecessary extra seconds every time, and it's just annoying. Spending more ability pills as well, even on max rank, it's just not great. So now on all ranks it's 100%. They're reducing also the amount of NPCs you can steal from, so there will be less people to steal from, and hence the rewards will be bigger. At least they should be bigger. And also it's 100% steal rate, so you don't have to worry about missing your chances. And with each level of the skill, So if you go to legendary, you get 5 to 10% for each level of more rewards. So base level will give you exactly the same amount you're getting right now, and then with each one you're getting 5 to 10% more than previous level. So we'll see how it works exactly. I'm curious as to how it will work with items like, for example, gold ore. Right now when you steal gold ore, you're getting only one of them. So how will it work with 10% more materials? Like, is this rounded up or is this rounded down? Like, are we getting the zero extra gold ores even if we maxed out this thing? Because like, if we maxed it out, then it's only 40% extra, right? Unless, well, 10% more than level 1 compensation. Yeah, I guess it's maximum total of 40, right? So it still wouldn't be over like 50%, or at the very least like not over 100%. So I'm not sure how that will work on things like gold ore and stuff. Maybe if the rewards, the base level of rewards gets multiplied and you get like, I don't know, 10 for example gold ores on steel, then this makes way more sense, right? Because it's easier calculation. So we'll see. We'll have to see when the update rolls. Next thing, the temporary companion acquisition changes. So now when you do the quest and companion joins your party, they will not force their way into your formation. So you'll still be able to use the character that quest gives you, but they will not be thrown into your party immediately on acquisition, which is nice because personally I was getting very annoyed with constantly getting a garbage character into my party and then I have to swap it every time, and if quest has like 3 or 4 characters, quest characters, it's getting very annoying. So that's a nice change. The number of field traps also get adjusted, so now they will be reducing the number of field traps, and the damage factor of field traps is changed to knockback instead. So now the traps will not be doing any damage, instead they will only be knocking you back, which, sure, I think that's fine. The traps are honestly kind of just annoyance. They don't really serve any cool purpose. So yeah, the less traps and the less annoying they are, the better, honestly. And it looks like they agree because they also changed the traps in the castle, evil castle. So, but we'll get into it in a bit. Next thing, probably my favorite function or favorite change of this patch is the fact that they are changing the timer from 22 hours to on reset. So now it doesn't matter at what time you're doing your steals or your basic finds, search finds. Doesn't matter when you do it because it gets reset whenever the daily resets. So if I want to do it a few hours before reset, I can do it, and then when reset happens, I can do all of my dailies, search, basic steals, all of that as well. So that's very nice change. I think this system will work way better than 22 hours, because now you were forced to do it basically about the same time every day. So if you did it, you know, like 2 hours before reset, you had to do it 2 hours, well, up to 4 hours before reset the next day as well, right? Like that was the earliest you could have done it. So this makes way more fucking sense now. New tutorials are added. That doesn't really matter too much. Combat power display changed as well. Doesn't really matter much. Devil Castle renewal. So again, like I said, they were thinking about the balance of the Devil Castle, and they wanted to focus on more fun part of the mode. So they decided that they will be removing the traps from the game, or from the Devil Castle. So on 20th, the deletion of field trap element damage, and they are changing change made so that time attack points are not deducted. So the traps will be basically irrelevant after the 20th update. Later down the line in August, they want to adjust the battle score logic improvement, UI supplementation, and Devil Castle expansion. So they want to make it better, have better scoring on it, and better UI. So all good things. To me, Devil Castle right now is pretty much a meme. I don't really care or like the mode that much. You just go in and fight enemies, and the ranking system in that mode is stupid in my opinion. It doesn't work well at all. If you're not one of the first people to clear this shit, then you can say goodbye to any rewards, additional rewards to get. So, and a lot of people apparently are exploiting too on the rankings with avoiding like trap damage and shit. So again, I just don't care. The rewards are small anyway, so to me, I just clear my floors to get the points, and I'm out. I don't care much about the crystals. So, but if they improve it and make it better, maybe I'll be interested in actually getting some additional rewards with ranks. Maybe, we'll see. Next thing, duplicate costume retrieval. So apparently people were able to obtain dupes of costumes because of the slow server response time. So they will be taking those dupes away, and they will be returning the materials for the characters of those costumes. So yeah, some people might get affected by it. I did not get anything like that on my end, so shouldn't affect my account in any way. So and then other fixes. So they did some multitude of fixes. The main takeaways is the Andrea and Eclipse skill that does the SP reduction is changed from going by a turn, but instead of number of enemies they attack. So now the more enemies you attack, the more SP enemy will lose. Again, I don't think it matters in any way for PvE. I think this is PvP only, pretty sure, because I don't think PvE mobs are using SP in the same way the player does. I might be wrong, I did not test that, so I'm just guessing. If that's not the case, then you can let me know, but yeah, eventually I'll find out how it works. This fix annoyed the fuck out of me, the story pack 6 golem reassembly quest. So some of you maybe tried doing this quest. I honestly hate pretty much all the quests in story pack 6. They're all garbage, but well, almost all. But it's mostly because of the region, not the quests themselves. I don't like going through the tower. It's annoying. But that quest required you to kill 3 golems, but the floor on which you fight the mobs, there's only one mob that spawns, and it spawns with 2 golems instead of 3 golems. So you literally could not ever complete this quest unless it's RNG, and sometimes it spawns 3 golems, but apparently not, because they're changing it to 2. So it seems like, yeah, this shit was just not thought out, and yeah, they just fucked up on that one. So good that they're changing it. Also, they're changing the subjugation today quest that would not be completed on hard or very hard hunting grounds. That one was very fucking annoying. I know I did like one quest or something like at the very beginning of the game that required me to kill a boss or something from hunting grounds, and it did not count because I was fighting enemies on hard, I think. So, and I couldn't figure it out, and then I swapped, I think, back to regular difficulty, and then it started counting them, and I was like, Jesus Christ, why? So that's nice. Now there was one more thing here that piqued my interest. This one. When using talent skills such as cooking, gear crafting, and alchemy, now you can produce up to 100 pieces regardless of talent skill level. Thank you. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to have like only 20 or whatever cookable recipes or 10 at the basic level. And like, it's so stupid. You should be able to just eat it and cook X amount of things, like a lot of things at the same time, no matter the rank. So I'm glad they made it 100 now. I think it still could be more than 100. I think 1000 would make more sense for things like alchemy and cooking especially. But sure, 100 is better than 40, I think, right now, is what I have. Granted, I don't have the cooking maxed, so, but still. Other than that, I think that's pretty much about it. There might be some other things here I did not really look too much through, but yeah, they just fixed a bunch of things. So overall, update pretty good. I think, again, the reset for me is the biggest thing. And steel change, we'll see how impactful it will be. And yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it from important stuff. The other ones are just small quality of life things. So, alright, that's it from me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.